The House I Built by R.K. Narayan. One of the first and most reputed Indo-Anglian writers, R.K. Narayan, in his typical humorous style, tells of the problems faced by a person who does not have a home of his own and lives in a rented house. Please vacate the house next month. This was a bombshell. Bombshell means shock. It was as if someone had asked you to vacate your own body and go elsewhere. It seemed impossible, inconceivable, that you should go and live anywhere else. This house was more or less built to your needs. That side room for guests, the top room for the brother from Bombay whenever he came, and the front hall and the veranda. The view of the margosa tree from the veranda, you grew up with the tree, and then those little creepers beside the front window. This house was part and parcel of yourself. You knew it intimately, every inch. You knew which spot under the roof would leak in mild rain and which during a downpour. You knew where the afternoon sun would attack you. And you knew a place in the passage which could be treated as Ooty in summer. You knew where the full moon would steal in, and also which part of the house was vulnerable to a burglar's entry. Vulnerable means exposed or at risk. You knew all this and also loved the tall, gawky citrus plant which put forth a single, hard-skinned fruit after nearly 10 years of tending. You watered the citrus all your spare hours and never let any child go near it. You feel desolate at the thought of going away from it all. No, impossible. I can't leave this house. But suddenly, you realize that your house owner, who used to be such a sweet and amiable man, has assumed the features of a demon. You see a hard resoluteness in his eyes. You ask, "Why do you want us to vacate?" "We want to come and live in this house ourselves." "You have a house already." "Yes, but we want to pull it down and rebuild it. Please vacate the house by the 1st of next month." The 1st of next month turns up. You don't vacate. You also have an elderly person at home for whose well-being you are entitled to show consideration. There's something wrong with her. Your doctor has advised that you should not disturb her. This gives you a couple of months more. And then, perhaps, an expectant mother, even a stout-hearted house owner, stands helpless before this reason. And then the tribulations of a newborn infant. Tribulations means problems or troubles. The house owner has to watch anxiously over the growth of the child, for he can get the house only if the baby is in a fit condition to be moved out. And then, possibly, you can add a month or more because of the stars and the almanac. Almanac is a yearbook or calendar showing important, auspicious dates, festivals. In most Indian languages, we say Panchang. One or the other. All human reasons which no landlord, by the way, there seems to be no escape from this word, can brush aside. However, the one real reason all the time has been that you cannot find another house because you look for a replica of this house with all its surroundings, even down to such a last detail as the one fruit-yielding citrus plant. It is a trial of patience between you and the landlord. When considerable time has elapsed, the landlord accepts defeat by agreeing to your staying on strictly for another 6 months, provided you agree to an enhancement of rent. Enhancement means increase. 6 months pass too swiftly, and you are back where you were. During this phase, all the suavity of manners are gone. Suavity means politeness. Desperation has given an edge to your landlord's tone. Edge here means harshness. He is no longer prepared to show an interest in your family welfare. His tone becomes more and more aggressive each day. You go on repeating that surely he doesn't expect you to move to a chatram with all the children and baggage, and that you are only too eager to move on, provided another house becomes available. Chatram is a Tamil word meaning night shelter for homeless people. You wouldn't care to stay on a moment longer than necessary. This reasonable attitude does not impress him. He is definitely unpleasant. You are losing nerve. Every day, you dread his footsteps on the veranda, and you come to the stage of looking sullen and treating him as an enemy. The whole thing, the whole demoralization and barbarity is due to the want of a house of one's own. Demoralization means discouragement, and barbarity means cruelty. A house, like clothes or food, is a primary and basic need for every human being. You wouldn't wear rented clothes all your life, would you? 100 reasons occur to you now as to why you should have a house of your own. It doesn't seem to matter where you get the land for it and how you build. You can add or subtract as much as you like from it. Your favorite corners will always remain yours. You can grow a wonderful garden. You can do what you like with the place. And, above all, you won't have to pay rent every month. You are so intoxicated that you feel like turning up your nose at the landlord next time he comes. Intoxicated means feeling high. Turning up one's nose means feeling superior and looking down. He is waiting to ask the stock question. When are you going to vacate? You look bored. The thought of building a house has given you new confidence and assurance of manner, and the house owner looks somewhat tamed by it. You answer casually, "Don't worry, I am as anxious to vacate as you, if not more. I am moving into a house of my own." The author conveys the message that owning our own house is as necessary as food and clothes. It gives us a sense of confidence and security that living in a rented house will never offer.